Hello, you besmeared Cro-Magnons. In this educational video, we're going to run through how to model this table. Now, the trick with this table is it's going to be modeled completely accurately. So, meaning this is modeled as tubing. You can see that if I zoom into this tubing, it is hollow because in the real life, tubing is hollow. So we want to model it like that. We're going to do some interesting angles, and honestly, modeling like this is a humongous pain in the ass, but it's just what you got to do if you want things perfect. So, let's begin. Open up a new tab, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch on this bottom plane. I'm going to get my line tool. I'll throw a line down to the side, click the little tick, and then I'm going to press X to convert to a construction line. You can also click that button. Click the center and go totally vertical. Okay. Click X again to clear your tool. Press Escape to clear the line tool. And now we've got a vertical line here and that's got this constraint on it, meaning it's vertical, and a line down here. I'm going to press D. I'll click my two lines, and I'm going to set the dimension to 120 degrees. I'll then set the length of this line to about, I think I'll do 350, and we'll go from there. So 350 by and 120 degrees off that vertical line. Finish the sketch. Then we're going to go to construct. I'm going to go come down to plane at angle. Click that and click on this line that we just made. Orbit, and then rotate this component. Now this needs to be vertical, so it's going to be 90 degrees in line with that blue line just there, my z-axis. Press OK, create a sketch on that plane. I'm going to press L to bring my line tool up. No, I'm not. I'm going to press P and then click on this line. Press OK or Enter. Then I'm going to press L to bring my line tool up. I'll create a line that comes up, over, and then down to my point of origin. I'll click on this line. That needs to be vertical, so I'll use the horizontal vertical constraint to lock that in place, and then I'll use the dimension tool to say how long I want that. So I want that to be 400 millimeters tall, and this top line is going to be 200 millimeters long. I'm going to press Escape. I'll click my line, then I'll click X in that order. Line, then X. That will set it to a construction line. Okay. I'll then finish my sketch. The reason we do that is because we don't want a sweep taking that path. Okay, now we can create a plane along a path. We're going to click on our bottom line, and we're going to slide it all the way over to the end. Make sure it's right at the end. This should say 0 or 1. For me, 1's that end. So mine says 0 all the way over this end. Press OK. New sketch on that plane we just created. We're going to go to Create, Rectangle, Center Rectangle. We're going to click on this point, and the dimensions for this are going to be 60 millimeters wide and 20 millimeters tall. You can press Tab while you're creating a shape or a line to jump between boxes. Tab on the keyboard, it's just above caps lock, and there are dimensions. Enter. Press O for offset. Click on the box. Drag the cursor on the inside. For me, it's a negative. Negative 1.6. That's our wall thickness on the internal. And then we're going to finish the sketch. Okay. Now, next step, we're going to go to Create, then Sweep. Clicking on this outer profile between that we just made there. We'll change to our path selection. We'll click on this line, and then we'll also click on this line. And that will put the path all the way up there. Press OK. Now we are going to create a sketch on this top plane, top surface, sorry. We're then going to press P to project project this surface into our sketch. Zoom in, press L, start at the point of origin. I'm going to draw a line that goes straight down to this far edge, and that wants to be locked in place, so just make sure you get that locked. And if it doesn't lock, mine's not locking, so I'll just click on this pink line. I'll just chuck my other line in just because I need one there. Then I'll come up to this horizontal vertical constraint, I'll click it, then I'll click this line. That needs to be vertical. This one, we don't want vertical. We're going to press D, click our two lines, and we're going to set that to 120 degrees. Alright, then while I'm here, I'm just going to quickly create the top. So I'll use a circumscribed polygon. I'll click on the center, I'll come out, and I'll just set this to, I think, maybe like 250 for now. Press enter, and we'll just make this top line. So you click it, click the line, and then we're going to make it horizontal vertical. So that's locked in place right now. Okay, we'll finish our sketch, and then we will press E. We're going to click on these two little sections here. orbit, drag this all the way through our part, then we hit OK. Lovely. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go construct, and we're going to go plane through 3 points. Clicking that. Now we want to click this outer corner, and then this outer edge, not the one in there, because that's the inside of our tubing, that one right there on the outside. Well, that actually won't matter. Okay, hit OK. Then we're going to do the exact same thing. Plane through 3 points, but down here now. So we're going to go boom, outer corner, boom, outer corner, boom, inner corner. Okay, lovely. And then what we're going to do is use the split body tool. So I'm going to click on my body, then I'm going to select my tool, which is going to be this plane, and then I'm going to press OK. I'll do the exact same thing again. Select split body, select my body, change to my splitting tool, which is going to be this plane. Press OK. Turn these planes off because we don't need them anymore. And now what you can see that we've actually got a separation here. So if we open a bodies folder, that has different bodies. You can see all the tubes have modeled nicely. Turn that one back on. Alright, now to finish the frame of our table, what we're going to do is we're going to open our sketches folder and turn, I think it's this sketch back on. We want this center line here. That's going to be our point of rotation. So I'll click on my pattern tool, rectangular pattern, but I'll change it to a circular. These are my bodies that I want rotated. I'll change my axis selection and I'll click on that. And we want 3 because that's the design that we're going with. We'll press OK. Then we can turn that sketch off. Okay, so there's our frame. Built, done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add on our top piece. So I'm going to turn, I think, this sketch back on. I'll press E. I'll then select all these sections and I'm just going to extrude that 25 millimeters up. I'll change that to a new body, press OK. And then what I'll do is I'll turn that sketch off and I'll press F. Nope. I want a chamfer. I want a nice hard edge on this bottom edge. So I could go around and click on all these bottom lines, or I can just click this face. Click that face and I'm going to set it to a 10mm chamfer. Press OK. And I like the look of that with the hard lines of the base. So there we go. We've got a nice little tripod tube frame table with all the angles, and best part is it's modeled perfectly. So if I was to go and build this, if I was to go and make some technical drawings now, I would have a really, really easy time of knowing how big everything needs to be, even what angles I need to cut things, because this is a complex design and I've just built it in the computer, so it makes it a lot easier to build it in real life. Good luck to you. One last thing before you go. Now your goal is to build this frame. It's very similar in construction in how the legs were built, except I think I did a little bit different. I'll just give you a bit of a run through just because it will make it a lot easier. So my first sketch was a tri baseline type thing, and then did a plane along a path. Let's have a look what those sketches look like. So we've got the path, the plane with the path, and I think those angles are 120 degrees because we're working in around a circle. I swept that. Did put another sketch in, which was what exactly? I think I drew in the cross like what we did in the other one, because I wanted to cut that section out. I imagine this is very messy too. This is not a clean build. Cut that off from the side. Did a plane at an angle through there to then split that body into 2 pieces. Created a plane up there. I'm assuming to mirror. Created a sketch. Oh, that was one thing. I created a sketch up here and I projected this surface. And because that plane was essentially flat, when you look at that surface, it's a rectangle. It doesn't come out as an angle. It comes out as a kind of shadow like that. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. I'm showing you. There are easy ways to do this. Like, for example, just doing the exact same process that we just did in this video. And then I just mirrored everything across the flat edges. So that's an option for you as well. Good luck!